Hi, I'm Leia. Most people think of me as the reliable one in the family. Organized, responsible, always there when you need me. That's probably why my sister Vanessa's son Tyler called me instead of his mom when he got sent to the principal's office for wearing pajamas to school. Again, I was finalizing a work presentation when my phone buzzed with the school's number. Miss Harmon? This is Principal Winters from Oak Ridge Elementary. I have your nephew Tyler here in my office. Is everything okay? Is he hurt? My heart raced. He's not hurt, but this is the third time this month he's come to school in inappropriate attire. Today he's wearing pajamas. We tried calling his mother, but she's not answering. Could you come down? I sighed, reaching for my car keys. I'll be there in 15 minutes. When I arrived, Tyler was sitting outside the principal's office in faded Spider-Man pajamas. At 8 years old, his serious expression looked painfully out of place. Aunt Leia? His face brightened momentarily. Am I in trouble? I knelt down. No, buddy, you're not in trouble. But can you tell me why you're wearing pajamas today? Tyler looked down at his fuzzy slippers. Mom said I didn't have any clean clothes. She said she'd wash some, but... His voice trailed off. Did you tell her you needed clothes for school? Tyler nodded, fidgeting with the hem of his pajama top. I asked her 3 times. She kept saying, "In a minute, Ty-Ty," but then she fell asleep on the couch. Was she drinking her special juice again? Yeah, her and Craig. They were playing cards with some people. They were really loud. I couldn't sleep. I took a deep breath to steady myself. How long has Craig been staying with you guys? Since forever. He yells at Mom a lot. Says we cost too much money. Tyler's voice dropped to a whisper. He said maybe I should go live somewhere else because I'm expensive. Principal Winters gestured for me to join her while a teaching assistant stayed with Tyler. Miss Harmon, I'm concerned, she began once we were seated. This isn't just about dress code. Tyler's been falling asleep in class. His homework is rarely completed, and he's been hoarding food from lunch. I knew things were tough for Vanessa after the divorce, but I didn't realize there's more. Principal Winters said gently. Yesterday during art class, Tyler drew this. She slid a crayon drawing across the desk showing a stick figure woman surrounded by bottles, with a smaller figure in the corner of the house. When his teacher asked about it, Tyler said his mom has special juice that makes her sleep a lot. I'll take him home with me today, and I'll talk to my sister. Miss Harmon, as a mandated reporter, if we don't see improvement, I'll need to contact Child Protective Services. I understand, I said, my mind racing. As we walked to my car, Tyler looked up with worried eyes. Is Mom gonna be mad at me? No, sweetie. You didn't do anything wrong, I assured him. You're going to stay with me for a few days, okay? Like a vacation. Will you make pancakes? Mom never makes breakfast anymore. I squeezed his hand. Absolutely. With chocolate chips. Promise? Mom always promises, but then forgets. I promise, Tyler. And I don't break my promises. I called my friend Marissa from the car while Tyler was distracted with the radio. Marissa, I need your help. Can you come over tonight? It's about Vanessa. Your sister? What happened now? Tyler showed up to school in pajamas. The principal showed me his drawings. Vanessa's drinking again, but it's worse than before. Oh God, Leia. What are you going to do? I don't know yet, I said, glancing at Tyler in the rearview mirror. But I need you to help me figure it out. You know I'll be there. Should I bring some clothes for Tyler? I still have some things from when my nephew visited. That would be amazing. Thank you, I said, my voice cracking slightly. What I didn't say was what Tyler's teacher had whispered to me as we left. He told me his mom traded his new school clothes for wine with a neighbor. That's why he only has pajamas left. After settling Tyler with dinner, I called my older brother Derek, a family law attorney. Leia, what's up? Derek sounded distracted. It's about Vanessa and Tyler. We need to talk. Now. 20 minutes later, Derek was pacing my kitchen while Tyler slept. Trading his clothes for alcohol? Are you sure? Derek ran a hand through his hair. That's what his teacher said. And you should see him, Derek. He's too thin, he hoards food, and the pajamas are way too small. Have you talked to Vanessa yet? I tried calling, she's not picking up. This isn't just a bad day, is it? This is neglect. What can we do legally? I asked, keeping my voice low. Document everything. Take photos of Tyler's condition, the pajamas. We need evidence before we make any moves. A knock interrupted us. I opened the door to find Vanessa's neighbor, Mrs. Chen, holding a small duffel bag. I hope I'm not intruding, she said softly. I saw your car at Vanessa's earlier and realized Tyler must be with you. Please come in, I said. You're Tyler's neighbor? Mrs. Chen nodded, placing the bag down. I brought some of his things. Clean clothes, his favorite stuffed dinosaur. I've been looking out for him when I can. That's very kind of you, Derek said, introducing himself. How did you know to bring these things here? Mrs. Chen clasped her hands together. Tyler told me about his Aunt Leia. Said you were his safe person. When things get bad at home, he talks about coming to stay with you. My heart sank. He's never mentioned that to me. Children hide more than we realize, Mrs. Chen said. I've been teaching for 40 years. You learn to recognize the signs. Mrs. Chen, how long has my sister been struggling? I asked carefully. Since her boyfriend Craig moved in 3 months ago. Before that, she was managing. Now there are always people coming and going, drinking, being loud. Craig? This was news to me. Vanessa never mentioned a boyfriend. He's not good news, Mrs. Chen said firmly. Last week I heard them arguing about money. The next day she came to my door with Tyler's new school clothes, still with tags. Asked if I wanted to buy them. And did you? Derek asked. No. But later that day I saw Craig leaving with them. That evening they had wine. Many bottles. Did you ever see any physical altercations? Derek asked, choosing his words carefully. Mrs. Chen hesitated. Not with the child, but with Vanessa, yes. Once I heard crashing, went outside, and saw her with a bruised cheek. She said she fell. Derek and I exchanged glances. We need to get the rest of Tyler's things tomorrow, I said firmly. The next morning, we drove to Vanessa's house, me, Derek, and our cousin Sophie, who worked as a social worker. The small house looked normal from outside, but inside told a different story. Empty bottles lined the kitchen counter, and dirty dishes filled the sink. Vanessa? I called out. A groan came from the bedroom, followed by a man's irritated voice. Tell them to go away. Sophie whispered. Document everything. I'll check Tyler's room. Derek began taking photos while I headed to Vanessa's bedroom. My sister lay tangled in unwashed sheets. A man, presumably Craig, sat up, shirtless and angry. Who the hell are you people? He demanded. I'm Vanessa's sister, and you must be Craig. Vanessa's eyes fluttered open. Leia? What are you doing here? Tyler's with me. He showed up to school in pajamas yesterday. Craig snorted. So what? Kid's fine. I ignored him. Vanessa, did you trade Tyler's school clothes for wine? My sister's face crumpled. I was going to get them back. Craig said, Shut up, Craig snapped. Derek appeared in the doorway. Actually, it is our business. And if you speak to my sister like that again, it becomes legal business. You threatening me, Suit? Craig stood, puffing his chest. Not threatening. Informing, Derek replied calmly. Leia has temporary physical custody of Tyler until this situation improves. You can't just take someone's kid, Craig growled. We can when there's evidence of neglect, Sophie said, joining us. And trust me, there's plenty. Sophie returned, her expression grim. Tyler's room is empty. No clothes, no toys, nothing but a bare mattress. What did you do with his things? I asked Vanessa. We needed money for rent, she mumbled. Rent? Derek's lawyer voice emerged. Or alcohol? Craig stepped toward Derek. You need to leave, now. We're taking the rest of Tyler's belongings, I stated firmly. There's nothing left to take, Sophie said quietly. 3 days later, we arranged a meeting at Derek's office. Vanessa sat across from me, Sophie beside her. Derek stood near the door while Tyler's teacher and Principal Winters had joined us. We're here to discuss Tyler's welfare, Derek began. The only step is giving me back my son, Vanessa interrupted, her voice raspy. Vanessa, I said, Tyler came to school in pajamas because you traded his clothes for alcohol? It wasn't like that, she protested weakly. Principal Winters spoke up. Miss Harmon, we've documented multiple concerning incidents. Tyler falling asleep in class, coming to school unwashed, hoarding food. These are signs of neglect. I'm doing my best, Vanessa snapped. You don't know what it's like being a single mom? Miss Reynolds slid a folder across the table. These are Tyler's drawings from the past 3 months. Please look at them. The progression was heartbreaking, from colorful family pictures to dark images with Tyler isolated in corners, while bottle-shaped objects dominated the space. Vanessa, Sophie said gently, I visited your home. There was no food in the refrigerator. Tyler's room had been emptied. His mattress was stained with urine. Craig said we needed money. That Tyler had too much stuff anyway, Vanessa whispered. I was going to buy everything back. With what money? I asked. You lost your job 2 months ago. So what, you're going to take him away from me? His own mother? Tears spilled down her cheeks. Leia, please. I'll do better. I promise. I'll kick Craig out. I'll stop drinking. We've heard these promises before, I said quietly. After Dad's funeral, after your DUI last year. This is different. How? I challenged. Tyler told me you promised him pancakes for his birthday, but you slept all day instead. He made himself bread with ketchup because that's all there was. I'll get help. Real help this time. Yes, you will, Derek interjected. Because we're filing for temporary guardianship of Tyler, with a court order mandating substance abuse treatment before visitation can begin. Vanessa leapt to her feet. You can't do that. He's my son. We can and we will, I said firmly. Because someone needs to put Tyler first. You've always been jealous of me, Vanessa hissed. Perfect Leia, always doing everything right. You just want to take my son because you can't have your own. The accusation stung, but I refused to be baited. This isn't about me. It's about an 8-year-old who deserves better than being traded for alcohol. I'll fight this, Vanessa threatened, grabbing her purse. As she stormed toward the door, Derek blocked her path. Vanessa, if you leave now, it only strengthens our case. Get out of my way! She shoved him hard. That's assault, Derek said calmly. Would you like to add that to the record? Vanessa froze, reality finally sinking in. I just want my son, she whispered, collapsing back into her chair. Then prove it, I said. Not with words, with actions. 6 weeks later, I sat in family court. Tyler's small hand in mine. Vanessa sat at the opposing table with her attorney. The judge reviewed our documentation, school records, Tyler's drawings, photographs, testimony from neighbors, and reports from the social worker. In the matter of temporary guardianship for Tyler Harmon, the judge began. Miss Vanessa Harmon has enrolled in substance abuse treatment as ordered, but attendance has been sporadic. She has missed parenting classes and scheduled supervised visits. The judge set down her papers. Miss Harmon, do you wish to make a statement? Vanessa stood shakily. Your Honor, I love my son. I've been going through a hard time, but I'm his mother. No one can love him like I do. Love is not enough, the judge replied. Children need stability, safety, and basic care. The judge turned to me. Miss Leia Harmon, are you prepared to continue as guardian for your nephew? I stood, squeezing Tyler's hand. Yes, Your Honor. My home is open to him for as long as necessary. Based on all evidence, I am granting temporary guardianship of Tyler Harmon to his aunt, Leia Harmon, for 6 months, at which time we will reassess. Vanessa made a small, pained sound. Miss Vanessa Harmon will be granted supervised visitation once weekly, contingent upon demonstrated sobriety and attendance at all court-ordered programs. Additionally, the court orders the removal of Craig Williams from the home before any consideration of returning custody. After the ruling, Vanessa approached us cautiously, her supervisor hovering nearby. Can I talk to him? She asked me. I nodded, staying within earshot. Hey, Tai Tai, Vanessa said, using his old nickname. Hi, Mom. I'm sorry things have been so messed up. The judge says you're going to live with Aunt Leia for a while. Tyler nodded solemnly. She makes real breakfast. And I have Lego at her house. Vanessa flinched but managed a smile. That's good, buddy. Are you still going to have the special juice that makes you sleep all the time? Tyler asked directly. Vanessa's eyes filled with tears. I'm trying not to, Tyler. I really am. Okay. He scuffed his new sneaker against the floor. Miss Reynolds says I'm doing better at writing now. I got a sticker yesterday. That's wonderful, Vanessa said, reaching out but stopping when he didn't move closer. Time's up for now, the supervisor said. As Vanessa turned to leave, she paused beside me. I know you think you've won, but he's still my son. I looked at her steadily. This isn't about winning, Vanessa. It's about Tyler. It always has been. I'll get him back, she said, but the threat sounded hollow. I hope someday you're in a position to be the mother he deserves, I replied. Until then, he'll be safe with me. Later that night, I checked on Tyler one last time before bed. He'd arranged his possessions in meticulous order, a stark contrast to the chaos he'd come from. Aunt Leia? His small voice surprised me. Are you still awake? Yes, buddy. Do you need something? No. I just wanted to say thank you. My heart squeezed. For what? For the pancakes, and for making the sad feeling go away. As I held him close, I realized that this wasn't about revenge against my sister. It was about justice for a little boy who deserved better than pajamas at school and empty promises. What would you do if someone you loved was hurting a child you loved? Would you have the courage to step in, even if it meant breaking family bonds to protect someone who couldn't protect themselves?